Hey guys, it is Jess with Watch Kitty Shrink, and I am here with my week. Oh man, I'm doing so good this week, guys. I made notes and everything, and I forgot to say what week it is. Week 30 something. It'll be in the title, Post-Op VSG Update. Like I said, I was so proud of myself. I was like, Jessica, you're going to be a good YouTuber. You've made notes. I didn't even check what freaking week it was. I suck. Anyway, I have a lot to talk about, as you can tell by those notes. So let's just jump right into stats. I am 29 years old. I'm 5 foot tall. On August 23rd, 2016, I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which is a weight loss surgery at Pikeville Medical Center with Dr. Amy Johnson in Pikeville, Kentucky. My highest weight ever was in April of 2016, and it was 285.0. My surgery weight was 255.4. Last week, I weighed 159.8. This week, I weigh 158.8. So that is a weekly loss of 1 pound, a since surgery loss of 96.6 pounds, and an overall loss of 126.2 pounds. So I'm actually thrilled with that 1 pound loss for this week because I didn't do anything at all to deserve that. It was a rough week. A lot of it was. My anxiety was really bad, and it had been bad for the past 2, maybe 3 weeks. And what happens when your anxiety gets really bad, at least for me, then it morphs into a little bit of a depression. Okay, I'm trying not to gloss over this because anxiety is a serious issue. I don't talk about it a lot. To be honest, I'm just not comfortable talking about it a lot because, I'm not a medical professional. I don't know exactly what to say. All I can talk about is my feelings with it. And it's very overwhelming. I always have anxiety, but there are certain times when your anxiety is worse than others, and it can come out of nowhere. But for me, sometimes I have these really bad anxiety spells where they last for a couple weeks, and it turns into depression. And depression makes you really exhausted, and it's just no fun. And I was definitely going through some of that, and I just I've been going through it for, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks. Last week was really bad, and the first half of this week, like you're talking, I had a couple anxiety attacks, which, just so you know, anxiety is not always hyperventilating, but sometimes it is. The first part of this week it was for me. And I say week because when I talk on my YouTube channel, I mean from Friday to Friday. So like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And the whole previous week were rough. Had a couple anxiety attacks where I actually was hyperventilating. Felt like I couldn't catch my breath. Had a couple days at work where I had to sneak off to the bathroom to cry because I just felt so overwhelmed. There was nothing else for me to do with the emotion but cry. So a couple of things happened. On Tuesday, I took like a mental health day, and I went on a road trip with my family. My mama had a doctor's appointment in Lexington, Kentucky, which is about 2.5 hours from here. We go pretty often, but we hadn't been in about 3 months. And we actually hadn't really been on any road trips in that long, which is very strange for my family. We usually go somewhere every weekend. We've just had a lot going on. So I think maybe I was having some cabin fever too, maybe. Anyway, I took the day off work. I didn't originally plan to, but I did. It was the best decision I have ever made. I have felt great since. I'm sure a whole lot of it was just that extra time with my family. They are my happy place, just being with them anywhere. So being in a car with them for that many hours, I know that made my soul happier. Just getting out of town, period, probably helped. Having that extra day off from work helped. I've just felt a lot better since then. Also, I wanted to mention that Cindy VSG had mentioned on Instagram that my hormones are still out of whack. And for some reason that hadn't even entered my mind, but she's right. They are. My personality is very perfectionist, And I expect that out of my body, even the parts of myself that I cannot control. So I expected to be better with my hormones by now, simply because I wanted to be. But the truth is, hormones have always been more of an effect on me than on normal people. So why I thought I would be over them, I don't know. But so here it is, 9 months out, and I'm still being affected by my hormones. She's totally right. I was attributing it all to my anxiety, and a lot of it was, but I wasn't paying attention to the fact that I was doing the mental fog again. Because at about month 6, it felt like my hormones had straightened out a little bit. And they stayed straightened out for like almost 3 months, because now we're going into my 9th month after surgery. And so I wasn't paying attention to the fact that that's what that was. But I was in the mental fog again, where I couldn't concentrate. Every little thing overwhelmed me. And I'm not sure if it's just another side effect of still losing so much weight, or, I had my gallbladder surgery in there too. But it was definitely hormones, because also, super sorry TMI, I know I got a couple guys that watch me, but Shark Week turned into Shark Month. I had a full-on period 3 weeks ago, and then I have been spotting ever since. So you're talking 3 weeks of a period that finally ended Tuesday when I started feeling better. Kind of more ended Wednesday, but ever since then, it's like, that song, I'm not going to sing and embarrass myself, but that song, I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. That's how I feel. I feel like finally, for the first time in almost a month or so, really since I had my gallbladder taken out on March 23rd, I think it was, it's like I'm out of this zone and I finally feel like me again. That's another part of it. I expected to bounce back from surgery really quick. And while gallbladder surgery isn't a hard surgery, I think the effects of anesthesia just hit me really hard, because I'm somebody who never really takes medicine. And in addition to that, I'm small, which is really weird to say, but I think that the effects of anesthesia just stayed with me longer and hit me harder. So I think there's the anesthesia fog and the hormone fog and the anxiety fog, and they have finally all lifted. I'm not going to say my anxiety is great right now, but I'm probably at 90% myself. And so it feels amazing. I feel like I could run out and climb a mountain or do something, because I finally feel good. Oh my gosh, we're 8 minutes in. I need to get it together. Okay, so I mentioned this last week, but I'm in my goal decade, which is really crazy, because if you would have told me at 285 pounds that I was anything close to 150 pounds, I would have lost my mind, because I honestly thought I was going to be one of those people that had weight loss surgery and still never lost that much. I really never thought I would ever hit Wonderland. I thought I would hover in 215 forever. So even picking 150 as a goal seemed like the craziest thing. And now I'm 8.8 pounds away from goal. That's crazy. I did have a couple of people ask me if I plan to hit maintenance when I hit 150. I don't plan to go into maintenance until I hit 135. That's kind of my, 150 has been my goal all along. It wasn't until the past couple months that I decided to change it, my overall goal, to 135 pounds, simply because I never expected the weight to come off this fast or this good. So now I see that 135 might be obtainable. So that's when I plan to hit maintenance, but I've really got to get with some of my people to find out what the heck you do different. I'm so used to doing stuff to actively lose weight. I don't know really how to switch that off and to be just actively maintaining weight. I'm a little nervous about it, because I think it was Tanya VSG 2011 who said maintenance is a little harder because you don't see that weekly reward. You don't see the number going down. So I'm definitely going to get with some of my peoples and find out, do I get to decide at 135. I mean, I'll be happy at 135, but is there like a switch on this thing? Like, is that what I do? Do I somehow communicate to my sleeve that I'm done? Because I don't think that's how it works. So I don't really know. That's a whole animal that I'll get into whenever I finally do hit that. So this is going to be a long one. Holy crap, because I still have a lot to talk about. I'm really sorry. So Foodie turned Sleevey. I'm trying not to say her first name because I don't know if she's crazy about that. Foodie turned Sleevey had mentioned in her video from yesterday, about asking yourself every day, even over little decisions, if this choice that you are making is getting you closer to goal. And I loved that. Especially now as I'm so close to goal. I think for a couple of weeks, which I was going through a lot, I wasn't doing that. And it was like, even to myself, I was thinking, you're so stupid. You're this close to goal and now it's not on your mind. But, let's see how I put it here. But it's like, I needed that reminder. Even though I'm this close, I needed to hear somebody say that. And so now it's got me making some more goals. Especially now that I actually feel so mentally clear right now. I set myself up some goals that I want to tell you guys real quick. The first one is getting back to meal prepping starting tomorrow. I have not meal prepped since my gallbladder surgery, except maybe once. And I have used that as an excuse to eat out for lunch and supper a lot. So, meal prepping starts tomorrow. I'm not going to allow myself to have fast food over once a week for lunch and once a week for supper. I'm only going to eat when I'm really hungry, not when I'm stressed or bored, which is a big deal right now. There's absolutely no reason to lie. I have an eating disorder. That's what drove me to have weight loss surgery. And I have been very stressed and very upset. And I fell back into habits that I should not have. Now, they weren't near the habits that I had before, simply because I physically could not do that. But I did. I bought a bunch of snacks at Trader Joe's because I was so excited to finally get to go to Trader Joe's. And I've been mindlessly snacking on them 24/7. So I'm going to get my body back to only eating when I'm hungry. If I'm hungry, I'm going to drink a water. If I'm still hungry, I'm going to try to get something healthier. I've got to stop my snacking. And I've got to start paying more attention to my body because my restriction is still really good. My body is still really good about telling me when I need to eat. I've still lost most of my hunger. I've just not lost my head hunger. So I've got to do better about paying attention to my body. I'm going to try to start hitting 85 ounces of water every single day. I always hit my 64. There's only been very few times since I've had surgery that I've not hit 64. But I could do more. I just don't, because the more water I have, the less I can eat. And so I get all my water in at work, and then I come home and I snack all evening. So I'm going to make sure that I get at least a whole nother bottle of water when I come home in the evenings. So that's 2 birds with 1 stone. More water, less snacks. And yes, you do figure out little tricks with your sleeve, like I just told you. And that the eating disorder, you always have to fight it, because that was my brain coming up with, hey, if we drink less, we can eat more. So you just got to keep up with it. I'm going to start tracking. I feel like I say this all the time, but I'm going to be tracking every single bite I take. And I started today on my Fitness Pal. I'm going to try to do at least 1.5 miles every single day starting tomorrow, because all my restrictions for gallbladder was lifted May 1st. This is May 12th, and I've not done anything. So I'm going to just start with 1.5 miles every day next week and slowly bring it up. I'm not going to let myself sit on the couch until after 8 p.m. because I've been getting lazy coming home and going straight to the couch. And I would kind of like to hit my overall goal of 135 pounds by my 30th birthday. So that would mean, I think it's like, I'm bad at math. I did the math at work today and I didn't write it down because I suck. But it's like 24 pounds in almost 2 months. Just a few days short of being 2 months. So, let's see. That would be kind of cool to say. Also, I made this note in here that Esther had done a reintroduction video, and I absolutely loved the idea of that because I'm not the same person I was when I started making videos over a year ago. So I kind of like the idea of kind of summing up what this channel's about. So I might be doing one of those. My friends have really good ideas, guys. I just jack them all the time. Okay, so this next thing that I put on there is something I want to wait and talk to Ange about before we do this, but stay tuned. There's going to be some more stuff with the long haul challenge coming up. I actually did write some stuff down to talk about, but I want to wait and talk to Ange about it and see if me and her might can do it together, so it's more of like a collab video, because her and I are doing the start of the challenge together. So I had more to talk about, but we're almost at 16 minutes, and I don't want to take up any more of y'all's time. I'm sorry the video was so long. It's just that I'm finally feeling myself again, so I can't help but babble on. I've really missed you guys. I've been here. I've been a part of the community, but I've been kind of closed off inside my own mind. So I feel like this is me finally getting to hang out with you guys after a long time. I love you guys so, so much, and I hope you have a great weekend.